Did you buy those cute, trendy summer shoes and now your feet are killing you? If that's you, you need to stick around for this week's episode. Hi, I'm Dr. Varner, and this is Right Along with Dr. V, and we are on episode number 10. And what we're going to talk about today are those trendy summer shoes and how you can still be cute and trendy without destroying your feet. All right, so I don't know if you guys have seen them, but I have seen them. The new trend are those cute sequin shoes. People love those flat flip-flops. Jelly shoes, sandals have come back. That's a throwback. I remember wearing those as a kid. Now everybody is wearing them. And so what I'm starting to see in my practice is I'm starting to see more and more people come in with acute foot pain. And whenever I look down at their feet and I see those cute trendy shoes, I know what caused it, right? And so why are these cute trendy shoes, why are they causing so many foot problems? The problem is that they're missing some very important features that a good supportive shoe should have, right? So most of them are flat with absolutely no arch support. Well, why is that a problem? Well, during the winter, most of us were in supportive closed-in shoes, and most of those shoes had arch supports in it. So you go from a shoe that gave you a lot of support to one that gives you very little to no support. And so that puts increased strain and pressure on the muscles, on the ligaments, on the tendons that control how we walk and how we move. The other thing is that a lot of these styles don't do a really good job of keeping the shoe actually on the foot. So what's happening is that we're having to grip more, and these things are happening subconsciously. We're not aware of it. We're having to grip more to actually keep the shoe on your foot. Well, what does that do? That flares up the calf muscles, right? So the calf becomes contracted and tight, and that directly can activate plantar fasciitis when that happens. And so it can also flare up for those of us who have early arthritis or known arthritis in our foot. It can put strain on the joints on the foot. So all these things add up, and I'm starting to see an influx of people come into my office with acute foot pain, mainly because of these summer shoes. So what I want to tell you today and show you today is how can you still be trendy and cute without causing foot injury? So there are 3 features that I want you to look for when you're picking out your new summer shoes. The first thing that I want you to look for is I want you to look for an arch support in that sandal. How do I know if there's an arch support in there? So you want to look at the midfoot of the shoe, and you want to make sure there's a little lump on the inside part of that shoe, right where your arch would hit on that shoe. That is an arch support. Now, whether you have a very high arch or a very low arch, this one feature is important. If you have a very high arch, what that does is that supports your arch, right? So it's not pushing it up, but it's not also allowing it to drop. If you have a very low arch, it helps prevent what we call overpronation, where your arch drops beyond being flat. So it prevents that. The other feature that you want in a good sandal is what we call a deep heel cup. What is that? So that's the back of the shoe where your heel will hit the bottom of the shoe. You want that area to be a little deep. What does that mean? It'll look like somebody took a scoop of material out of that shoe, and that's where your heel sits. So with a deep heel cup, your heel will sink a little bit further into that shoe, and what that does is that controls motion. It also helps keep that shoe on your foot, so your foot's not working very hard to keep gripping to keep that shoe on your foot. The third feature that you want to look for is a back strap. The purpose of this is that this will help that shoe, again, stay on your foot, so you're not overworking the tendons, overworking the muscles, trying to keep this shoe on your foot. So those 3 features alone will allow you to still be cute, still be trendy without causing injury. Now you want to keep this in mind, especially as you take your summer trips. A lot of times during our summer trips, we do way more walking than what we actually realize we're going to do. And so when we do this increase in activity, oftentimes we're in unsupported shoes. And so then we come back from our vacation, we feel refreshed, but now we got foot pain we never had before. So I want to protect you from that. So look for those 3 features next time you go shopping for your summer shoes. Enjoy the summer, have a wonderful time. And if you have questions about your feet, I want you to leave them below in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. And remember, when your feet feel good, everything else gets a little easier.